So what is the landscape now before the Constitution gets finished, but while President Boric is trying to deliver on some of what he's promised, but without the full deck of cards, shall we say?
Well, we began our second period. We had 1 year to create a new constitution. So we had 6 months already passed on 4th of January. So we elected another president and vice presidents of the Constituent Assembly. Also, I was appointed as one of the VPs of the new head board.
Congrats.
That's excellent.
Thank you. That was yesterday. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think now we have being Boric elected, it's a little different. I hope it's gonna be different than what we had with Sebastián Piñera. With Sebastián Piñera was like an obstructionist all the time. Mm-hmm. He didn't give us all the resources that he could. He has a constitutional obligation to do this. And he didn't mind. He just wanted us to fail, and that is noticeable. So now we're hoping that with this new government that begins in March, we're gonna have more guarantees to work. That's as simple as that. We don't see the relationship with the government as something that is gonna like intervene in our process of debates about constitutional norms. We just see that this is a guarantee to for us to work till the end in more in better conditions. Actually, it's been very hard. So now we're hoping that this scenario it's going to be more. It's going to be better for us to just work with no worries about the resources, about the relationship with the government, that all these tensions, they were continually just going and public, just talking on media, just talking about, oh, this is so worrying. They're discussing this and that and just trying to intervene politically. And we are two different powers, and we are the constituent power, and they're
Right.
Now they represent something that maybe it's going to be in the past of our Republican history. So, well, I'm seeing with very good eyes that what is happening and what that means for us in the Constituent Assembly.
So what are some of the priorities for Boric as he's taking office? What do you think is going to be sort of like the first couple of things that his government is focused on?
First 100 days.
First 100 days. Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yeah, first 100 days. We call it that. So he has these 53 things that they're gonna do in government. In the first, we have something we had to do here because probably we are all suffering the same. I mean, the economy and how that has affected the pandemic, how that has affected our employment, and especially for women. So one of the measures is creating 50,000 jobs for women. That's going to be a measure that is very focused on us because we have suffered the most of the
The economic hardships.
Yeah, job loss.
Yeah. And for us for women here in Chile, it's been very hard to just go and find jobs again. And so they're gonna create this 50,000 jobs for women. Also, we are now seeing something that what's happening here with social security, that I'm always saying, like, we don't have a social security system. We just have, and a pension. It's a private pension system. So now for older people here in Chile, it's very hard to survive. Chile is a very expensive country, so they have pensions that go for like half of the minimum wage, and you cannot survive with that. So it's one of the measures. It's going to be like leveling up these pensions for all older people that now it's pensioned, because that's like very urgent. And in the way that we are going, of course, in the constitution, trying to build a security system, a social security system. So those are measures that I think they're very marked with the pandemic effects. So that, because that is something that's urgent, but we have 53 different measures that the government's gonna do. Not in the first 100 days, of course, all the 53, but those are like the things that
Priorities.